guys, it's Cody and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how I styled my wig for Hikaru from Magic Knight Rayearth. So before I get into the actual wig styling, there was one little thing that kept bugging me throughout the pre-planning of this wig. What color is Hikaru's hair? Seriously, no matter what reference photo I checked or what cosplayer photo I decided to take a look at, the hair color was all over the grid. Like, is it red? Is it pink? Somewhere in the middle? Who knows? In the end, I decided to go ahead and look through my Arda Wigs coloring, and after some careful consideration, I decided to go with the color Peony Pink. However, if you guys want a more reddish color, I would recommend the color Apple Red. Now that I decided on my color, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I styled this wig. I first bought an Arda Wigs Magnum, as well as a pack of 35-inch Wefts in the same color. The first part of styling this wig is to figure out where I want the long Wefts to go. I want there to be just enough room to where I can get a decently sized braid out, but not too much to where the short Wefts can't cover the longer parts. In the end, I settled on a spot about 6 rows of Wefts from the bottom and then marked it out in Sharpie. Then starting from the bottom, I began carefully ripping out the original Wefts. I used my seam ripper as well as a pair of small scissors to get the job done. After that, I very carefully unfurled the Wefts and using my original Weft as a guide, cut out a small piece. I then pinned the new Weft where the original Weft was and sewed it in using a backstitch. After that, I just went ahead and repeated the process 3 more times. Now the next 2 rows of Wefts that I needed to cut out were on the elastic part and not on the band, so I went ahead and flipped the wig inside out and ripped the seams out from there. I also went ahead and used a curved needle instead of a normal straight needle. This needle is not really meant for wig styling, more for quilting, but that was the only thing I could get at Joann's. And I went ahead and sewed the Wefts in using a blanket stitch this time. After I finished sewing in the Wefts, I went ahead and did a quick test braid. It was at this point that I noticed something about Hikaru's braid. The braid overall is pretty small and thin, but the tail part is quite floofy. So I went ahead and added in 2 more rows of Wefts at the bottom just to thicken it up a little bit without disrupting the overall shape of the braid itself. With the braid finally out of the way, I can now go ahead and style the rest of the wig. The first thing I did was cut the bangs, and then I went ahead and made small trims throughout the back and side portions. If you want to give a nice feathered effect, I recommend cutting at an angle. Brush out a section, figure out where you want to cut, and then angle upward to give a nice layered effect. I forgot to film this portion, but after I went ahead and trimmed everything, I went back ahead and hit it with my thinning scissors. Thinning scissors will also give some nice cuts and angles to the hair, which is perfect for Hikaru since her hair is quite jaggedy and floofy. Off camera, I went ahead and tried the wig on, and it was at this point I noticed that the braid was actually too long for my height. So I undid the braid and chopped 9 inches off. Once again, I used that angle cut I mentioned earlier because I still wanted to have that nice feathered effect for Hikaru. After I rebraided the wig, the last part was the finishing touches. I first began styling the bangs by hitting it with hairspray and finishing off the sections. I then also began trimming away little flyaways. After that, I began teasing the top portion. Thanks to all the cuts I made earlier, I got that very lovely jagged effect. I teased it up, flattened it out a little bit, and then hit it all with hairspray. I mainly focus all the teasing on the top portion and not really the back or side parts because that is where the majority of the floof is on Hikaru's hair. And with that, my Hikaru wig was done. Overall styling time, 5 hours and 15 minutes. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any more questions in regards to how I styled this wig, please feel free to tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more cosplay content from me, or if you want to see me dance, please go ahead and check out my dance channel. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye bye!